Happy Sunday. It is Sunday, July 14th, 2024. This is Nichol Spohr. Welcome back to my channel and another update on everything I have been stitching and working on the last couple of weeks. Welcome back, everyone. It has been a couple of weeks since my last update video. I did not mean to be gone, but I'll just be honest, summer is a crazy time. I think a lot of the floss tubers and stitchers here can relate, and everyone in general. So welcome back. I'm super excited to share everything that I've been working on the last couple of weeks, or everything that I can share. And of course, we're going to kick off today's episode talking about Hygge Holiday 2024. This was announced this last week. It is a collaboration stitch-along SAL, if you will, with myself, Kathy of Hands-On Design, and Chantel of 141 Design. When considering what I wanted to do for my next SAL, Chantel and Kathy and I had kind of been in talks at the end of last year, kicking it around of maybe doing something exclusive. You guys know that often when I choose a SAL, I pick something already out there and then we stitch along. And we thought it might be fun to do something that is brand new. And so, truth be told, you guys, it's July, and it's July 14th when you're seeing this video. I believe Kathy and I talked January or February when this all started, when she showed me the inspiration piece. When we kind of kicked this off of, when do we want to kick this off? When do we want to, have this stitch along and all of that good stuff? So the stitch along formally starts on July 19th. That is a Friday. That is a different day than you're probably used to with me. I had to do some adjusting this time to my normal SAL schedule, and we'll talk a little bit more about that here in a minute. I want to get into talking about the chart. I want to talk about what all you get. I want to talk about the colorway, what you need to participate, and all of that good stuff. I will be sharing graphics here on the screen, and yes, that's not the only thing I'm sharing in this video. We're going to do all the whips and all of that as well, plus announce giveaway winners. But I did want to start off today's episode with everything about Hygge Holiday 2024. Okay, so let's start off with the chart. We're going to talk about the chart. We're going to talk about what you need to participate, and then we will get into schedule. This is the chart. It is a 15-page PDF only chart that is available from Hands-On Design. Now, a couple of things that you guys need to be aware of with this stitch along. Number one, this is available only through August 31st. It is only available throughout the SAL. That means even if you can't stitch along with us at this time, but you think you want this chart at all, I would recommend picking it up. It's $15. Again, it's PDF only, and you get it at Hands-On Design. There will be a link down in the description. I'm going to try to put a link right here. If for some reason that doesn't work, there is one down in the description. Sometimes the linking here, not so good. So it's an amazing value. Not only do you get the chart for the Hygge Holiday Sampler, that's what we're calling it. It's a sampler. It's based on some original artwork. Not a cross-stitch piece, but it is based on some original artwork. And I am also going to put down in the description a link to the Hands-On Design YouTube channel. Please check it out. Kathy's going to talk all about that in that video. So as I mentioned, 15-page PDF. So you get the main Hygge Holiday sampler plus 5 ornament offerings. So you get 6 charts in this one PDF purchase. Such an amazing deal. Maybe you just want to stitch ornaments. Maybe you just want to stitch the sampler. Maybe you want to stitch both. Maybe I saw someone on social media say she is stitching this 3 times, the sampler version of this 3 times, because she is going to be gifting this to her children and partners or spouses or whatever. And I thought that was wonderful. I also have plans to stitch this twice, once for myself and once for my daughter and her husband. So, you know, their possibilities are really endless. Like all of my SALs, I will be dividing this up into a 4-week kind of manageable, bite-sized type of project. Stitch at your own pace, as always, but we'll talk a little bit more about that in the scheduling. I'm kind of imagining quadrants, because to me this is very much looks like, you know, 4 quadrants. Okay, so back to the ornaments. They are super manageable, and I will tell you, I stitched this, everything but the fill-in for the tree, in one evening, and it didn't even take that long. I could have stayed up and done the fill-in and not stayed up super late. I was just really tired. So they're about an evening or 2 evening project at most. That means you could have a whole set of ornaments. You could make ornaments to gift. Absolutely amazing. Also, down in my description of this video, I will be linking to a finishing, I think it's a photo tutorial, if I'm not mistaken, from Kathy, where she has finished these ornaments. Not these exactly, but she's finished ornaments like this before. So there's already a tutorial out there, and I just wanted to let you guys know that, and I will link to it in case you want to go check that out and you want to get stitching and get finishing. Now, the other amazing thing about this chart is that, I think I can show you this. It's in the chart notes. I don't think this shows, anything. Kathy has designed this to work in 4 different color palettes. So let's actually start on this side. On the cover, this is the blues version. This is what Kathy stitched hers in. So more of the blues and neutrals. This one is called the original. This was what the artwork, the Hygge Holiday sampler that Kathy designed was based on, was kind of more in this color palette. So all what I call the neutrals, she's calling it original. So original and blues. And then on the back we have Winter Forest, which is more greens and neutrals. This is the color combination I am stitching mine. It matches my downstairs holiday and winterish decor, so that is what I'm stitching mine in. And then we have Classic Holiday, which is like all of the colors and pops of browns and red. Not pops of browns, pops of reds with all of our browns and greens. There we go. I'll get it out eventually. She has very much given you all that you need to know about this. There is a color key in the chart as well when you purchase, but I wanted to show you that it is available in multiple colorways. You can also choose your own colors. I believe the most colors in a chart will be classic, and I think it's 6 DMC colors. All the colors for this SAL are DMC, making it super easy to be able to run out and grab those colors if you don't have them in your stash. And as always, if you want to use overdyes from your stash, that's awesome as well. So that is the color palette. And I think that's kind of all we're going to talk about really chart-wise. I started to talk about supplies. Let's finish talking about our supplies. So first thing is first. Obviously, I said I'm stitching mine in Winter Forest. These are my 4 colors for Winter Forest. That's all I need for this design. And again, it's charted in DMC. The called for fabric is 32 count antique white linen or 16 count antique white Aida by Zweigart. So that is what that looks like. That is what Kathy stitched hers on. Super easy to find. Now, I want to give you an option and show you what I am stitching and what I think I'm going to stitch mine on. You're going to see a little sneaky peek. I did start, even though I will be stitching with you in the Stitch With Me videos. This is vintage smoky white 32 count linen by Zweigart. So it has some modeling to it, kind of like vintage country mocha would. It's along the same lines because it's that screen printing. On the back, it's just that antique white. So it's just got the modeling here on the front. If you're looking for something with a little more texture, there are also other linens and other Aidas out there. Definitely choose what you like. I just wanted to show you what it looks like on the vintage smoky white linen. I can't say, I know 2 days ago when I looked, 123 Stitch still had all of these fabrics plus the Aida in stock. I don't know if they still do. I know Fat Quarter Shop was out of stock. So just check around and also check your stash. You may have something that will work. Maybe you want to change up a couple of colors and you want to stitch on raw linen or flax or something like that. Would be amazing. Oh, that does remind me. Kathy stitched a couple of her ornaments on flax, I believe. These two here. So these are the antique white. These two were stitched on flax. And if I'm wrong about that, I will put it across the screen. So just to give you an idea of how they look on another color fabric. Truly just choose what you want here. Now I want to show you, I started stitching the ornament, one of the ornaments. I mentioned a second ago how quick they stitch. So here is the tree, and how I approached that was I started down here in the corner. I stitched and then I stitched up and I outlined. I filled in the branches, and now all I have to do is do fill in while I watch a show. So very easy. I might stitch some of the ornaments during this Stitch With Me, which we're going to talk about the actual SAL next. Okay, so that covers our fabric. Let's talk about the finishing piece for this Hygge Holiday chart. The other collaborator, of course, is Chantel of 141 Design. I haven't even taken this out of the packaging. This is the Hygge Holiday frame, and this was very much a collaboration, and it was an idea that we had of simplifying the design. Something, it doesn't need a lot. The whole theory behind Hygge is that calm and easy and very simplified. And so that was what I was looking for with this. Now, this piece is for shipping. This piece we actually remove because if you have purchased Chantel's finishing boards before, you'll see that we have this little score line here that shows us, and then it looks like kind of the shiplap here in the background. What it is made to do is pretend this is my stitch and whatever. This is going to fit right in this when stitched on 32 or 16. When you put it on your finishing mat board and stick it in here, it is going to fit perfectly, and you're going to be left with this beautiful little shiplap design. Kathy painted hers with the cream paint, and I'm sure she wrote the color in the chart. I need to go back and look. So she painted all of her components. She painted the frames and the backing, the shiplap backing. I am going to stain mine, and or do a combination of stain and paint, one or the other here. And the reason being is I wanted to show a different way of doing it and something that maybe will inspire you. I think Chantel is going to do, I don't want to speak for Chantel, but I'm sure she's going to do something as well. And then you're going to see lots of examples. Now, this was custom made to fit this chart. So, if you have other things that you think will fit, that's great. You can obviously purchase this, but it is custom made to fit this when stitched on 32 or 16 count. If you stitch on something else, you'll probably have to put some fabric behind. That's totally fine. You can definitely do that. Just know that it's not going to fit like flush like you see here. Now, you can embellish as much or as little as you want. I can't wait to see what everybody does. Just remember that this piece here, it's for packaging. I mean, you can use it for something else if you want to, but it just comes like this to protect everything when you get it. So that is the Hygge Holiday frame from 141 Design. It is $65. This is wood. So this is a lot of pieces. It's a nice big size, and it's not, MDF. So this is beautiful, beautiful. You can put, I'm going to put mine like in an easel. You could also put a hanger on the back if you want to hang this on the wall. I just absolutely love it so much. It was exactly what I wanted. I wanted a frame piece for this particular design. Something different than what we've done with other pieces. This is more like a custom frame, yet you're still finishing it yourself. So absolutely amazing. I'm super, super excited about this. Let's talk a little bit about the stitch along and what you can expect. So this stitch along, as I mentioned, it does start Friday, July 19th. Yes, I do realize now, I had already made this schedule weeks ago, that the Midsummer Night thing from Lindy Stitches, which I'm also signed up for, P.S. That is going on the 19th as well. So that is a Friday evening. The Stitch Along kickoff will be at 7 p.m. Central Time. I understand if you can't come with us live. I'm going to stitch live. I'm going to answer any questions that you have. We're just going to have a good time, and we're just going to kick off the SAL. You can have that browser open. You can have a browser open for the Midsummer Night, or you can simply come back and watch the replay later if you want to. I totally understand. It gets to the point where there's a lot of activities and a lot of things going on, retreats and whatnot, and I know it doesn't always work for everyone. So no worries. I just wanted to acknowledge, because a couple of people said, oh my gosh, that's the Midsummer Night, thing. And I was like, oh, I know. I signed up for it too. Even though I know that I have my live that evening, which is totally fine, because I plan to do my live and then just go into a stitching room and stitch up my Hygge Holiday. So that is kind of my plan there. Why did I change to Friday night? Okay, so as I mentioned, my schedule's a little crazy. I am traveling to teach for my day job, which is also crafting, paper crafting. I'm traveling. I am prototype testing for my next release with Spellbinders. I have a lot of things going on. Yes, a lot of things going on, and Wednesday evenings were not going to work for me. So I decided to go ahead and switch to a Friday evening for this SAL. I am not saying I will do that going forward. And again, if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It is what it is. The replay is there for you. This brings me to, please remember, there will be a playlist for the videos. In fact, any of the lives will be scheduled out. Probably when you see this video, they'll be up and scheduled. So those will be scheduled. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Make sure you have notifications on. You should get a notification telling you that I'm going live. It will be the 19th of July through August 23rd. However, you can purchase, excuse me, so sorry. You can purchase the chart through the end of August. I know a lot of you might be on the fence and you might be thinking about it. Just know that when August 31st, when September 1st hits, when Stamptember is here for all of my paper crafters, this chart is going into the vault. It is only available during this time for this stitch along. It is an exclusive for this for now. Kathy will likely bring this out. I know she and I've talked about it, but I don't know exactly what that timeline will look like for her. I don't know that it will be next year. I don't know when she plans on releasing this to the public, or if she does. I can't even tell you guys. So just know that if you want it, even if you can't participate in the SAL, or you purchased it and you're like, I'm stitching it right now, I'm not waiting for you, that is fantastic. You do that. You do you is totally the motto for everything here. You do you. So that being said, my stitch alongs generally are 4 weeks of live stitching and then a finishing tutorial. This one will be slightly different. There will be a video every week. I'm building in kind of a 5th week, if you will, and then the finishing tutorial. And we'll talk about that. So the first 2 weeks of the stitch along will be live stitching as normal. It'll be Friday nights though at 7 p.m. Central, and we'll be doing live stitching. I chat with you, I stitch on camera, I answer your stitching questions, I answer your chart questions, floss questions, whatever I can answer. We will do that. Then the next 2 weeks, then on August 2nd and 9th, I am gone both of those Fridays. I'm actually gone a good portion of both of those weeks. So, those will all both be pre-recorded videos you aren't going to want to miss. Awesome content. It will be released at exactly the same time as what the stitch along would be at. So if you're sitting down on your Friday night and you want something to watch while you stitch, come hang out. Make sure your notifications are on because there will be videos. I don't think I can make them premiere videos. I can't promise that I can be live in the chat. If that changes, I will let you guys know. I would love to be able to be live in the chat, but for one of those weeks for sure, I don't know if I can, and maybe both of those weeks, to be honest. But fun content for you guys. Then when I come back on the 16th, that will be a live Stitch With Me video again. Yes, you might be done with stitching, or you might be finishing up still. I plan to be finished with the Hygge Holiday Sampler, and so I'm going to stitch an ornament with you guys live on camera. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. And then the following week on the 23rd is the pre-recorded finishing tutorial. So hopefully that explains everything about the SAL. Probably, I haven't got this a lot. I've tried to put it out there. The number one question usually is it Aida friendly? Very Aida friendly. Absolutely. It's made for 32 count linen or even weave and 16 count Aida. So definitely, it is for everybody. And drop your questions down below. Okay, I've talked a really long time about this, but I'm very excited. so excited about this stitch along. I hope you guys are too. Yeah. Okay. That's it. Let's talk about what I've been stitching on this last couple of weeks. So let's talk about things that I have finished. I've actually been a little stitching fool these last couple of weeks. I don't have any FFOs today. I plan to have kind of a Christmas in July FFO for you next week, but I have tons of stitching. So let's do our finishes. Okay, number 1. I was almost done with this a couple weeks ago. I'm stitching Stars and Stripes, and this is going to be something I will stitch on I'm going to stitch on this all the rest of the year. Or I think I told you guys last time my plan is to have this all done by Labor Day. So I say the rest of the year. I'm going to stitch some sort of patriotic the rest of the year. This plan is to be done by Labor Day. Here is the stars. I finished filling in the green. I added the stitch I was missing there and the stripes in my flag. I think that's all I had left last time. And I had this finished like right after my video went up. So love this. This was Plum Street. You guys, I can tell you I'm a huge fan of Plum Street. I absolutely 100% love everything about stitching this, and I can't wait to stitch the rest of it. Now, the rest of it is designed by Shakespeare's Peddler or Kitten Stitcher, but made to go together. I did ask about framing last time, and overwhelming, I feel like the response was frame the piece. So I definitely feel like I'm going to frame. Okay, next up, this is, I did some pre-stitching for a class I'm taking from Kathy at the Shanty Stitcher in August. It's called the Midnight Garden. I have it folded this way. I stitched the we're gonna make the tray and the tomato in class. So I did my pre-stitch for this, and I know, who am I? Because this class isn't even until August. So I'm thrilled that I'm done with it. Now I do want to mention, not available. This is a class. I'm sure, I can't promise this will be available, but most of Kathy's things are made available eventually. Just like, for example, the Autumn Folk that I shared from the Pep Rally Retreat last year. A lot of times you might see things here on YouTube, Flosstube, where people are sharing things that they have taken in class. I know, like American Welcome, I believe, was a class piece at Farm Girl Dry Goods at one point, and now it's available to everybody. There's a lot of things out there like that. This is like that. It's like that, or spring, or the autumn. I keep saying spring. Autumn Folk. It will probably be made available eventually. It's just not available now. Also, I opted not to iron things today because it was either iron and maybe get the video done, or not iron and get the video ready for you guys. So sorry that there's no ironing. This is for the tray. And then here is the stitching for the tomato. And I've decided I want to adopt that way, the British way of saying tomato, because I like tomato better. Anyhow, don't laugh at me, everybody. So this stitched up so fast. It is stitched on flax, I believe, 32 count, and I absolutely love it. The colors are scrumptious and really quick. This stitched up like, a couple hours, maybe. It was so fast. The tray part, I actually started in the center and did this motif, and then I did enough white of the grid that I could do these 4 blocks, and then I actually gridded it all out, and then I did all of the yellow, all of the orange, and then all of these, and just kind of did it that way. It worked really well. FYI, this grid is not even, it's not the same number of stitches. You really have to pay attention. Really have to pay attention. But it is gorgeous. How beautiful is this? I cannot wait. So this is a class. It's not a retreat or anything. It's a one-day class that I'm going to with my friend group. We decided we wanted to take a class from Kathy, and that was close and available for, well, I say close. It's not super close. It is not super close for any of us, but it is close enough that we can all go. So, well, close enough. That's not true. One person has to fly. But we're really excited. Okay, the next thing that I finished is from Primitive Stitcher and Punch Needle Magazine, the Summer 2024 edition. I saw this piece from Forgive me, crocetta go-go. I'm sure I butchered it. Please forgive me. And I loved it. I love the scissor fob too. I haven't stitched it yet, but I do plan to. And I went ahead and stitched this. I started it on July 4th and I finished it just a few days later. And what I did, how I approached this, is that I actually stitched this white outer border first. Then I did the vine in the border. Then I did the white inner border, and kind of while I had my white out, I did 1776 and 2024, and then I filled in all the color in the border. Once I had the border stitched, and as I had extra floss out, I stitched it with all the called for DMC, by the way, on 36 count raw linen. I went ahead and did these two stars, and then I started down here and I built the basket and the eagle, and I built up. And it did not, funny enough, the inside felt like it stitched really fast. The border felt like it took a while because it is a lot of stitching, but it's gorgeous. And I'm glad that I tackled it first so that I could do all the fun part, last. So I love it. And this is called Patriotic Basket. And it is from the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. If you don't have a physical copy or can't find a physical copy of the magazine, you can purchase the download only version at the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher website. But I love this. And I think I might finish this as on a paddle as opposed to a pillow this time, just for something a little different. So that is another finish. Then last time I was here, I had shown you, I got caught up on the May chalk squared. I actually stitched up June. This is for the Moment in Chalk that I am stitching on this year. I left some needles in here, I see. That's awesome. Wonder why I did that. Oh, I know why. These colors are going to get used in the July block, and I was going to get started. I am going to probably stitch that this week. So here's how we're looking. It's so beautiful, you guys. It's so pretty. Here is my June block. This stitch up really fast. And then we'll pop over here and do July, and I will be back on schedule. I'm so proud of myself. So again, I'm just trying to do these 1 month at a time. I'm going to try to do as much as possible. I need to, like I say every time, I need to work on my white border. I know why I'm putting it off. It's because it's white. It's 2 strands. I am stitching this on 32 count charcoal gray Lugana by Zweigart 2/2. So that is my June finish. I mean, it's just so beautiful. I can't get over how much I love this piece. And I've heard from you guys, I've heard from a lot of you who've said, oh my gosh, it was kind of overwhelming, but seeing you stitch it makes me want to join in, or several of you have joined in. That thrills me, you guys. Absolutely thrills me. It is worth it. And when you break it down into bite-sized pieces, it totally is not near as overwhelming. I am enjoying every single stitch on this one. Absolutely love it. All right. I have 2 whips that just randomly, do I have other things to stitch? Yes. Did I just feel like pulling out one of my project folders and stitching what I found in it? Also, yes. So that is what I did. Okay, so my 2 whips that I want to share this week. You guys might remember that I finished Tomato several months ago. And I showed all my tomato charts, and I was like, what should I stitch on? I did a vote. You guys did not pick this one, even though I'm going to show it first. And I actually ended up starting both of them. So this is the Dutch Tomato Pancake from With Thy Needle and Thread, stitched on 36 count vintage country mocha with DMC 22. I had like this done. That's it. I just had the teeniest tiny start. I stitched this, I stitched all of this. And this is almost one, I think 1/2 is about right here. So I am making this, I have the finishing kit. I'm going to make it exactly like this. What is awesome about this is it's just little, it's like a sampler. It's just tiny little motifs, and it's all one color of floss. So love this. 1 strand over 2 on 36 count, and I love it. I really, really love it. So I worked a little bit on that. That's the first, well, that was actually the second thing, but it was first in my stack. And then this was what won when I put up that poll. It's the Mend Block Party from Hands On Design. I've been wanting to do a block party forever. I actually have a couple in progress. This was one, but I restarted it, and I'm glad I did. I restarted it on, I think this is 35 count blush weeks. 1 strand over 2 instead of 2 over 2. And when I showed this last time, I had this ruler part, and I had started my tomato pincushion on the tray. I finished the tomato. I got all of that stitched. I came back and I did this, and now I am ready to move on. This one obviously has more color change and things like that, but oh my word, you guys, how much do I love this on the pink? I can't even say. I love this on the pink. So I will be stitching on this a little bit more as well. I need to kind of just remember to pull out my tomato charts. I really want to get that done. So that is my progress. How pretty is that? Can we just agree the blush fabric is a win? 2 thumbs up. I love reds and pinks on a blush fabric, and the rest of the colors look good too. I'm excited to see, I don't think I brought them in here, what the rest of, I'm using all the called for colors. I haven't changed anything. I'm excited to see what the rest of the colors look like. I mean, the curry looks fantastic as well. That's what the yellow color is curry. It just looks so good on here. Anyway, that is my Mend Block Party, and that is my whips this week. Okay, finally this week I am going to share a little bit of haul, just a few things I've picked up, and then Fat Quarter Shop has sent me some things I want to share with you. I'm going to announce giveaway winners, and then I will have a giveaway or 2 today. So let's talk a little haul first. Okay, first thing, and I think it's in here. I picked up this Patriotic Shaker Box chart from the Scarlet House, and I loved this decoration on this shaker box. So this shaker box was, yes, it's from lahays.com. It says right here on the chart. I'm going to put it here on the screen, and I will link it below. And so I ordered a shaker box from them. They actually didn't have them in stock, and so I was on the wait list, and he contacted me. Look how beautiful, and said that he had one, and so I purchased, or several. I doubt it was just one, and that is what I'm going to use this on. So I did want to mention that this is going to be kitted up and added to my stitching for this year. I know a lot of us are probably looking ahead to fall and holiday now that the 4th of July is over. I did mention when I was talking about Stars and Stripes, I'm going to stitch on Patriotic throughout the rest of the year, here and there, and this is going to get kitted up and put into that rotation. I don't think that will take very long to stitch that, and I think it'll be beautiful on here. I'm super, super excited about my shaker box. All right. Next up, it was a complete splurge. I have shown you the Golden Forge scissors before, and now I can't even remember where I ordered these. I will put it on the screen. I was looking to see if there were any more. These are my favorite scissors. I know it sounds so crazy to like scissors are scissors, except these aren't. I like the weight. I like the feel, and they are sharp and pointy. These are my absolute favorite. I have the ivory, I have the red. This was an exclusive color. Does it even say? Maybe it says. Needle in a haystack exclusive. So I will link to them in case they have any more, but I love them, so I went ahead and picked these up. I like to have, you know, multiple embroidery scissors and things in different stitch pouches or stitch boxes, and so I picked up another pair because I do truly love these. Some people really like scissors, some people don't care, some anything are fine. I've used some of the others as well, but I am finding that these Golden Forge are my absolute favorite. So they're the ones I reach for again and again. I actually used a different pair, another brand I had, and these Golden Forge ones are, I was like, oh no, these are my favorite. So definitely my favorite little embroidery scissors. Then I don't think I'm going to unpackage everything today. I do a lot of times, but I'm not going to today. My July Color and Cotton Club came. I get the 10 colors and the neutrals, so I'll be adding these to my stash. Super happy about that. I also get the fabric of the month. I will show you these out of the packages. I get the color and the neutral, and I already know, I think I know what I'm going to use on this. This is purple coneflower, and you guys, it is soft and beautiful, and to me, it's like blush, the blush fabric like that I'm stitching Mind on, and I've stitched a lot of things on a light blush fabric. This is gorgeous. Purple coneflower, 36 count from Color and Cotton. And then the neutral is stunning, and I actually think if you maybe changed a color or two in Hygge Holiday, this would be a nice option. This is the white tea. White tea 36 count linen. Absolutely gorgeous. So those are this month's fabrics from Color and Cotton. And now we're going to talk about things from Fat Quarter Shop that I'm excited about. I wanted these and I hadn't purchased them, so thank you, Fat Quarter Shop, so very much for sharing these. These are the Lori Holt Stitch Cards U, and they're very patriotic feeling. I love these. I want to do something with them. I don't know what. Super, super cute. Then Fat Quarter Shop sent Strawberry Garden Sampler Quilt and Companion Projects from Joanna Figueroa of Fig Tree & Co. I am a huge Fig Tree & Co. fan, and I'm super excited they sent me this book. I definitely want to sew some things out of here. I have to sew, you guys. I want to sew so bad. So I want to sew so bad. Haha. And so that has to be a priority when my travel here is done, because I am just itching to sew. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me see if I can. I mean, look at this. To me, this is just yummy. Companion quilts and pillows. Well, let's just, I haven't even had a chance to look all the way through this. Oh my word. I love this flower block. I think this is what that little, let's see if I can fold it. Look at that. Okay, so absolutely gorgeous. Love this. Thank you, Fat Quarter Shop. Fat Quarter Shop also sent their Shelf Life June's sailboat. How cute is that sailboat in the jar? That's adorable. They sent Hidden Stars, designed by Kim Deal. It's a quilt pattern. This measures 60 by 70 and a half when it's finished. That looks like a fun quilt to make. I love looking at the quilt patterns. They sent the Mini Simply Signs berry chart. And a lot of these will be giveaways in the future. And then they sent Hometown Neighborhood Beehive House. This one is gorgeous. Even if you didn't want to stitch the house and you just wanted to stitch that beehive with the flower, look at the bee. This is so cute. So love that. Thank you again, Fat Quarter Shop, for sharing the book and charts. I will link to all of these down in the description below in case you want to pick any of these amazing products up from Fat Quarter Shop. So last Flosstube, I was giving away 10 packages of Aida. 14 count Aida, I think, is what everything is, if I'm not mistaken. 10 packages, and I think there's 7 pieces of Aida per package. It's a great thing for all my Aida stitchers, and I have chosen 10 winners. So if you hear your name, I also will list these down in the description, or I'll list them maybe here on the screen, one of those. Please email me at the email address listed down below or shown here as well. We have Erin, Corshia, Renee, Clutter, Janell, Daley, Trish, Rivera, Chantel S, Cheri, Oravet, Sandi, Dornbusch, Briggs, Kim, Patterson, and Mary Jane 55. If that is you, please email me your mailing address so that I can get your Aida out in the mail to you. And congratulations. This week I have 3 giveaway opportunities for you. Some of the things might be things that you saw here a little bit ago, or grouped with things that I had already. I put bundles together for you. So in order to win any of these, please like my video. Please be a subscriber of my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Please be over 18 since I need to ask you for your mailing address if you win. And please be USA only for the quilting one. For the other 2, I will ship anywhere. Okie dokie. So for the first 2 bundles, that's anywhere. For the one that has a quilt thing in it, the more weight, the more expensive. Charts, I'll send anywhere. How about that? Okay, so I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to show you what I have for you today. Put the keywords for the bundles that you're interested in down in the description. Across the screen, it will tell you how long you have to be considered for the giveaways. The giveaway does cut off at a certain point because I do draw winners. And without further ado, let's talk about today's giveaways. Okay. For my first giveaway, I am giving away a bundle of these Signs of Christmas charts from Crazy Annie's Stitchin'. We have the Gingerbread Bakery. We have Frosty's Tree Farm. I love Frosty's Tree Farm. That snowman is the cutest. And I love this little mug as well. Even if you only wanted to stitch that little mug, that would be adorable as an ornament. Kringle's Cocoa Bar. If you would like this bundle of 3 charts, use the word sign somewhere in your comment. Next up, we have a Fat Quarter Shop chart, cross-stitch chart bundle of 5 charts. We have June's Sailboat, May's Flowers, Bunny's Bakery, Berry Simply Signs, and the Home Simply Signs, which is one of my personal favorites. If you would like this bundle of 5 charts, use the word jar somewhere in your sentiment. Comment. Oh my word. Sentiment, that's card making. Okay. And finally today, we have a Lori Holt bundle. So in this bundle, you're getting the Mercantile Jelly Roll, the Busy Bee Thread Cutter, the Haberdashery Quilt Pattern. This was from, it was made to go with this jelly roll, but you can use whatever. It was from a Sew Sampler. The Hometown Neighborhood Beehive, and Crows in the Corn quilt pattern. So cross stitch and quilting in this one. Use the word vintage somewhere in your comment. Okay, friends, I think that is all that I have for you today. Thank you to everyone for your excitement and support of the Hygge Holiday SAL. It will get started Friday the 19th here on my YouTube channel. I'm looking forward to chatting with you guys and stitching all of the wonderful, the sampler and the ornaments from that chart. You can pick up the chart from Hands On Design. You can click the link down in the description below if you want the frame. You can get the frame from 141 Design Company. All of those links will be listed. And I will be back with a Flosstube next week because I have some definite things I want to share in that. This was a very Hygge Holiday SAL heavy episode. I thank all of you for spending some of your time with me. I love interacting with you all here, and I appreciate you all so much. Until next time, have a wonderful crafty week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, click that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to always be notified when I have a new Flosstube stitching or quilting video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time. When do we want to bring this out? Oh crap. And let me tell you the dates. So I will have a graphic up here on the screen. I don't have it while I'm filming. So my July, not June, holy crud, Nicole, figure out what month it is.